So right now there's a dilemma going on in my mind, and here it is. So I just got back home after living abroad for 9 months, and I'm thinking about moving to downtown Toronto opposed to where I'm at right now. Now, business wise, I'm not exactly where I want to be, far from, and I feel like going downtown would force me to expand. It would literally force me to grow. Like, I have no other option. Whereas if I stay where I'm at right now, then I probably would be more comfortable and things would be easier. So it's like, do I want to take the hard path or do I want to take the easy path? But I feel like I already took the hard path by living abroad for 9 months and, just doing my thing. And I'm like, you know, do I want to take the hard path again? Or am I in a reset mode right now, a chill mode right now? And I don't think there's any shame in that, to be honest. But it's all about self-awareness and knowing where you're at right now. And for me, I'm just thinking because I want to invest into certain things to help me grow. So financially, there'll be some commitments there. I'm paying for certain things as well coming up in the next couple months. So I'm thinking about that. And these are the thoughts of a 29-year-old entrepreneur, man, who just figuring out life, making decisions daily, trying to become a better man. You got to take risks, but they got to be calculated. But time is also money. And you got to make the right choices, man, because each choice is going to lead you down a certain path. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, right now I'm not 100% sure. We still got a couple we still got a couple days left before the month is up. So, I guess we'll see. But yeah, it's something to think about for me for sure. And I feel like at this time in my life, it's like, when would I ever get the opportunity to live downtown again? Especially like right now, I don't have a family of my own, so I have more freedom. And if I don't do it now, then I probably never will. Although mentally, I already know that I don't like living downtown because of the noise. I like living in nature and stuff, but at the same time, I do want to experience it though. So maybe just go for like a couple months. Maybe I go for a month and I like it. Who knows? You know? Maybe I just have to go see how it is. But that's what's on my mind right now, man, and just thinking about taking more risks. I mean, and that's the thing, right? At this stage of life, I'm not really responsible for anybody but myself in this moment. So, like, now's the time to take those risks. And I've been taking risks. Like, I got to give myself some credit. Moving abroad, investing into business, starting a business, dropping out of school. Like, I've taken a lot of risks. But it's like, when do you continue to take risks or do you start playing it safe? That's the part that I don't know. That's the part that I'm not sure. It's like, okay, I want to be a risk taker, but I don't want to do anything stupid at the same time. You know? Some people said moving abroad was stupid, but nah, it paid off well. I learned so much. I got stories that will stay with me for a lifetime. And I feel like going downtown, it'll help me as well, but kind of undecided at the moment. But that's the beauty of life, man. Just got to think things through and then make a decision and stick with it. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. Thinking about major investments that I got to make And God willing, it pays off. God willing, it pays off, man. And lately I've been thinking like, yo, to be honest, sometimes I don't even want to do the social media thing anymore. Like, I just want to be a ghost, you know? I want to be a ghost. I want to be away. I want to just live quietly and off the map. That's what I feel like I want to do, but I know deep down for a fact, God is like, the one, you can't, because I can use you to help people with your story, with your message, with your conviction, the way you speak. Like, I can use you to help others. So I can't let you go off the map, at least not yet. And I'm like, yeah, I hear you, God, but sometimes it gets tiring, you know? Sometimes it gets tiring, man, you know? And I do feel like as well, I could be more vulnerable on here, because I'm vulnerable to an extent, but I feel like I could share more. There's certain things that I won't share because I feel like you need some level of privacy. That's why now, as I think about it, I would hate to be a celebrity. Like, I would hate to be like an A-list celebrity. Like, you have no privacy. Can't go anywhere, can't do anything. Can't just take a walk and make a video. I would hate that, to be honest. Everyone knows your business. But I feel like I could share more, connect more. At least with the things that I'm comfortable with sharing, you know? I feel like that would make my content better because I'd be able to connect with people better. And I feel like I was very able to do that with music. Like, when I wrote songs, I was very vulnerable because I almost felt like I could hide in the songs. Although it was public, I felt like some people probably won't even listen to this. So I just gave you my raw feelings, like on a beat, you know, just flow state. Sometimes with video, it's like a bit different. But I feel like when I was writing, that was like my purest expression. So maybe I should get back to that too. Funny enough, I just ran into my homeboy at the corner store. I go check him. We make tracks. He has his own studio and stuff. It's so funny. I ran into him randomly, so maybe that's a sign from God, you know? Maybe that's a sign to actually log back in and just go express yourself, you know? What's on your mind? That's what I be thinking about, man. Trying to level up, man. Trying to level up. Sometimes it gets discouraging though. I won't lie. Like, you feel like you're putting in so much work. You're not getting the results that you want. It gets discouraging. But there's a dude that I know. He just posted a story. And this is why sometimes I do like social media, because you can see something that shifts your perspective back. This dude that I know, he made a post. He got shot like 10 times. Almost died in front of his family. God willing, he stayed alive. And then he turned his whole life around. He left the gang life, he moved abroad, started helping people, do all types of things. And I'm like, man, salute to you, bro. And it's inspiring. It's like, okay, if he could do that, if he could persevere through that, I could persevere through what I got going on. I just gotta keep going. In the meantime, you know, I just gotta keep going, and I just gotta keep going, man. And think about how easy you have it right now, you know? If you're a single man out there and you feel like life ain't going my way and you kind of feel down, think about how easy you have it right now. What if you had a 2-year-old son that was depending on you? What if you had a wife who couldn't work that was depending on you? What would you do? You think you're stressed now? Oh, brother, wait until then. Count it all joy. That's what it says in the Bible, man. Count it all joy. The down times is going to teach you how to appreciate the up times. And the up times show you that life could get good as well. This is almost like a audio self-talk. Like, I just feel like, I know this is going to be released, but I just feel like I'm talking to myself right now. That's some raw shit. But yeah, we got to appreciate the moments, man. For real. Time to get locked back in on a whole other level. I got to make another investment. I got to be more vulnerable on here. I mean, I don't care what people like. I used to think that I don't care what people think, but I think a small part of me still does, if I'm being real. Like, before, I would say I was at like a 2 out of 10. Then, like, I have over 1,000 posts on IG, so my shit probably went up to like at least a 7.5, 8 out of 10. But I'm not a full 10 out of 10. Like, I don't give a F. And I think that's why, like, certain things I haven't shared in terms of like my relationship with money, although I've shared it a bit, you know, because as men, man, that money stuff gets to our ego, man. It plays with our ego because we feel like, yo, in this world, we are valued by what we could provide. So we feel like if we don't have it together all the time, what are we worth? You know, and that's a mental game that we play, because I know we have value outside of money, but like, you just want stability, you know? You want stability, you want peace, but in truth, that comes from God anyway. That's why you gotta stay in your word every single day and learn to deny your flesh, man. Every single day, pick up your cross every day. Because if you don't feed your mind every day, the devil is going to take a hold of it. I'm telling you. The devil will take control of your brain if you're not consciously aware of every single thought that you think. He will, man. The devil doesn't take days off. So you got to be in your word first thing in the morning. Just plant thoughts that are going to help you in life. One thing that I'll do is I'll think about a topic. Like, I'll be like, okay, I want to understand what it means to be biblically masculine. And then I'll put that into Chat GPT. And then it'll give me like 5 verses. And then I'll write the verses down. I'll take notes. I'll study them. I'll read it. I'll try to memorize it. Like, I try to put it to memory like I'm studying for a test, you know? And anytime I do that, I feel blessed. I feel like equipped. Like, if I'm going through something, I'll just remember a verse and be like, okay, this is how I gotta respond. But if I go days without it, that's when my mind starts to, the devil. So that's note to self. Gotta stay mentally locked in on the word as much as possible. I think if I started every day with that Bible reading and studying time, even if it's like 20, 30 minutes, but every day, I'd have better days for sure. Let's go over here. I'd have better days for sure, man. But my problem is that I be waking up and I just get straight into work because I feel like I'm running out of time. Every day I feel like I'm running out of time. I feel like I'm racing against the clock. So I wake up and I gotta go. But it's crazy because God could bless your life like this. And of course you have to put in work, but at the end of the day, he's in control, man. Like, so he could bless you fast, but it's like if you don't put him first, you don't even give him the room to even do that, you know? And that's why it says, what is it, Matthew 6:24, I think. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else shall be added unto you. So basically, seek God, and he's gonna give you the desires of your heart. Maybe not in the time frame that you want, but he can. He will. That's what it says in the book. So he's not gonna go against his word, but you gotta do your part. And sometimes when we feel like, okay, things aren't happening fast enough around my time, then I'm gonna take things into my own hands. I wanna be able to go. I want this now. Okay, cool. Let me get it now. That's where we fall short, man. That's our human nature, you know? I'm no saint. I'm a sinner just like everybody else, man. But that's why we need God. That's why we gotta stay prayed up and locked in, so we could get through these times, man. But I have faith, though. I feel like it's gonna be a blessed summer. I mean, look at the weather, man. Oh, hold on. Look at the weather, man. It's blessed. You got the Canada flag. I got a love-hate relationship with Canada, but I love it though. At the end of the day, but if you love something, it's not above criticism, man. That's why you have to discipline your kids. Think about it. You love your kid, but if your kid is stealing, you're gonna tell them, don't steal. It's the same thing, man. You gotta have grace and truth, love and truth, you know? With my football background, sometimes I'm too on the truth, I'm too hard. So I'm learning to be more empathetic and just slow to anger, you know? These are important emotional intelligence skills that is needed in life and business and work, relationships, everything, man. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a good summer. It's gonna be a good summer. Gonna change a lot of lives. Gonna help a lot of people. Gonna have a lot of memories. Gonna build. Going to get into that word for sure. Just try to be better, man. Like, I lost the desire to be the guy, you know? When you're like a teenager in your young 20s, you want to be the guy. You want everyone to look at you and kind of admire you, things of that nature. But as you get older, you start caring less about these things, man. It's like, I don't want to be the guy. I just want to be a good guy, you know? A good guy. And I think the best way to do that is to just analyze your flaws, get into the word, and just try to follow. Just try to follow, man. At the end of the day, it's all you could do. You're gonna fall short, man. You're a human, so you have to give yourself grace, but pick up your cross again, get back up, and keep it pushing, man. God bless.